Okay. So anyways, so basically, we're here today to do a nutritional assessment, and
All right.
I'll have you introduce yourself since we already kind of met before I started the video.
All right, I'm Ellie Tyson. I'm a sophomore at the university. I'm an early childhood education and development major.
Oh, awesome. So are you in FCS 205?
I am 234 right now.
Oh, 234.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one is that one?
Infancy and toddlerhood.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
how did you get to be set up to do this, like, extra credit or whatever?
So I'm actually, well, yes, I am in Nutrition 205.
Oh, you are. Oh, okay.
And I'm also taking, feeding large groups of small children as well.
Oh, okay. Do you have Ling Ling?
I do.
Oh,
have
she's
her.
amazing.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah.
I love her so much.
She's great. Okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. So
All
my
right.
name's Paula Aubrey, and I'm a student in the Dietetics program. This is my junior year, so I'll have
Okay.
one more year after this, and we pretty much just do like rotations and stuff. So this is kind of just preparing us for next year of actually doing all of these things. So the purpose of today is to, like I said, do the nutritional assessment, and this consists of the following goals. So what we're going to do is do like a little bit of physical information, just like body weight and stuff like that, and then we'll get some information about any physical activity that you do, and as well as any like supplements if you take any supplements, and then do a food recall, a 24-hour food recall.
Okay.
And also a food frequency questionnaire, which just basically is like how often do you
good.
eat fruits and vegetables and those kinds of things.
All right.
And then at the end, if you have any questions about nutrition or anything, we can talk about it. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the plan. And then to do all of this, I'm going to be taking notes, so is that okay with you?
That's fine.
Okay.
That is fine.
And I also have some food models, so I brought like my measuring cup, so there's like a fourth of a cup, half a cup,
Okay.
and a cup just in case you like have no idea like how much you ate. And then I also brought some little tablespoon, teaspoons.
Okay.
And then these are some of the food models that we have to be to use. As you can see, there's a whole bunch over there, but I wasn't gonna get all of them out.
That's understandable.
So this is 8 ounces of like milk. This is 6 ounces of juice, and this is 4 ounces of whatever you want. I guess. And I have some different meats and grains because those ones are the kind of the hardest ones to gauge of like, okay, is it 4 ounces? Is it 6 ounces? Is it 8 ounces? I don't know. So yeah, so just in case you need anything to like, if you have no idea what you ate. Okay. And then if you don't know, just, kind of estimate around there. Okay, so today's date is I should know this, it's the 15th. Okay. And I already have your name and your contact info,
Yes,
so I'm just putting that on here. Do you prefer to go by Ellie? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Are you employed at all?
I am.
You are? Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm a barista for the co-op on campus, actually.
Oh, nah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen you in there. I've gone in there a few times.
Yeah, so I'm generally in there on Wednesdays all day, and then Tuesday, Thursday I'm there for closing.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you work, like, somewhat often. How many hours a week do you think?
Generally 12 to 14.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good. That's
And
a lot.
full-time student.
Oh, wow. Dang. How many credits do you take right now?
I've got 15 to 17.
Oh, okay. That's still a lot.
It's a lot.
Especially with working.
Yeah.
But working's fun, though, too.
It is enjoyable.
And barista. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
always
a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So I'll just put yes. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is just go over any, like, health status. Do you have any allergies? Like, do you know if you have any allergies or, like, food intolerances where, like, you can't eat specific things?
Mm-hmm. And I signed up for this project, and then my next thought was, oh gosh, I feel so bad. So, there is a list.
That's okay. It's fine. I have all right on the edge if I have to.
Yeah, it is a list.
Okay.
So, gluten and dairy, I am intolerant, and it's becoming an allergy. I cannot do bananas or caffeine. Shellfish is a no-go, as well as orange dye, which was a new finding.
So bananas, caffeine,
And orange dye with
orange
shellfish.
Orange dye.
Yeah.
So the orange dye, is that in shellfish?
It's not,
Or they're
fortunately.
two separate
They're
things?
two separate things, but it's the orange dye in like sodas and stuff. I found that out recently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
I can't even write shellfish.
Okay, I caught you off guard with the orange dye.
Bananas.
Yep. That was a fun
bananas. One. Did you like bananas before you found
wasn't
out?
ever a huge fan, but I do like bananas in my smoothies, and I can't do that
anymore. Oh, no. Okay, so is there like a specific diet that you follow with this like gluten-free diet or dairy? Like, since you have to avoid those?
Yeah, so I do gluten-free, dairy-free majority. I guess the easiest way to describe it is mostly vegan at this point. Because eggs, I don't usually eat eggs just because I don't like the flavor and the texture. But I'll eat steak and chicken. Okay. Sometimes and pork. So a lot of the time it's following a mostly vegan, gluten-free diet because meat or milk is in everything. Yeah. So. Yep.
Even in snacks.
I was so disappointed when I found out that the kettle-cooked Lay's potato chips have wheat and milk in them.
Oh, really?
They do.
Those are really good, too.
They are, yeah. I can have, like, the original Lay's and the salt and vinegar Lay's. Yeah. That's about it.
The salt and vinegar ones are good,
Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but man.
Okay, so then the next question is, do you have any medical diagnoses or, like, diseases that may be related to nutrition? I don't know, in addition to just not being able to have gluten and dairy, that's,
and everything else.
Yeah, and all the other stuff.
Not that I can think of, but there is a history of high blood pressure in the family, but I don't think I have that one. Okay, put that down.
I should have brought. I have a little monitor thing, like a little one of those things that can do your heart rate and blood pressure.
Yeah, so my heart rate's actually super, super low.
Really?
Oh wow. It's very low. The doctor last time I had to go to the student health clinic, and he took my blood pressure and he looked at me. He's like, "Are you feeling okay right now?" Well, other than the sore throat, yes, I'm fine. Your blood pressure is supposed to be this low? Yeah, believe me, I know. Everyone's worried about it.
Oh, wow. So, like, on average, do you know how much, how low is it?
I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay. It's low, though.
Is it below, like, 80? Like, the bottom number? The systolic or diastolic?
It's like 86.
86. Okay, that's not too bad.
It's not super low.
What about the top number?
I want to say 100.
Okay. I think that's decent. I mean,
yeah, it's not super slow, but it was slow enough that they were looking at, like,
Yeah. Well, some people's are, like, really, like, I've seen people that have it, like, even, like, 99 sometimes. Too, you know. So, I think it's kind of like a range, too. Kind of,
it is a range. But that was funny, was they looked at me like, is it usually this low? Yeah.
Yeah. My husband, at one point, his was, like, 160.
Holy cow.
And, yeah, the doctor was like, you need to, like, lose 10 pounds and stop eating salt. Like, don't put salt on anything. Because he used to put salt on his grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So, it's pretty, like, at least it's not high. That's
Seriously,
good. Yeah. Because then you might have to take, like, medication, you know. But he was like, I'm not taking medication. So, he just changed his diet. So, that's good.
That's good.
So, how would you rate your overall, like, your general health? Like, very good, fair, poor?
I want to say good, very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I do have, like I said, I go to physical therapy for my hip, but other than that, it's pretty good health.
Okay, so then the next question actually is, have you had any injuries? And if so, like, when and what were they? So, obviously, your hip, and how long has it been?
With the hip misalignment, it caused some pain in my lower back, and I've been dealing with that for 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I had broken my arm in 2nd grade.
Okay.
So I have nerve damage in that arm, which is fun. So you get all sorts of interesting information for your report.
And you said your arm, you broke your arm when you were how old? Or like
2nd grade, 8 years old. Okay. Yeah, there's still nerve damage in it, unfortunately, but...
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not fun. So are you taking any, like, drugs or medications currently?
Nope.
Alright, and your age, I asked you this already, so you're 20.
Yes, ma'am. And
you're female?
I am. I almost said 29, mistake, because I was 19 very recently.
Yeah.
Turned 20 and then I hit a 9. I looked at it like, that says I'm 29.
Okay. Oh, 29. Okay, do you know how tall you are?
I am 5'7".
5'7", okay. And okay, so now we're going to actually use the electrical impedance. I can't speak. Impedance, and that's basically just you can stand on it and it'll weigh you, and then at the same time it has like a connected handheld that like sends an electrical pulse around. You can't feel it, but basically it just measures like how much fat and like how much like it'll obviously weigh how much you weigh, but then it also can see like a general body fat percentage. Okay. And what I've actually found with this specific one is it's kind of off. I would estimate that it's probably like about 5% over, or maybe like 3 to 5% over of what it should be, as far as what I've kind of seen with my own stuff with it. Okay. So because it's my personal one, and I got a DEXA scan, and my body fat percentage was like about 5% lower than what this thing says. So don't be alarmed if it's like ridiculous, because I'm probably just gonna like subtract 5% just because I know that it's kind of off.
It's weird like that.
Yeah. Okay. And it's not like super accurate, and especially like if you ate breakfast, or usually you'd want to do it like in the morning when you first wake up, or at night, or and do it consistently. So we'll do that, and so it's right over here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Do I need to take my shoes off?
Yeah, probably. That might be helpful. We will do that. Okay. And I was going to set it up, but it wanted to know, like, how tall you are, and I was tired of bothering you. Okay, so what you do is you hit that button where it says power. You kind of just tap it. Okay, there. Yep. Okay. And then I want you to hold this just straight out in front of you. Okay, that's probably fine. And then let's push number 3. Age. Not 40.
Not 29.
20. Set. Okay. And then we are going to female, and you are 5'7". Okay. Oh, it's just reviewing. Okay, so go ahead and step on. Probably shouldn't. Let's pull it away from the wall. That's probably good.
Yeah, so we can work it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then alright, so we got a number. Let me grab my clipboard. No problem. Looks way more accurate for you. Mine doesn't seem like it works that great. This is why I like this, because it does body fat percentage and also does BMI. That way I don't have to. I mean, I could calculate, That's your actually. Don't worry, it says that I'm 20. It says that I'm 50. So
oh gosh!
Don't worry about it.
Got the body of a 25-year-old. That's good
fine.
to know. That's good. I'll take it.
I would take it over 50.
Oh yes.
Mine says that I'm 50.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you assess that I'm 50 years old? My body is 50. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of awkward, but okay. Okay, so we got your weight. Do you have a particular desired weight?
Eventually I'd like to get to 150.
150?
Eventually.
And is that desired by like yourself, or is it like other people, you know?
Okay. Just by myself. My doctor years ago, I was in 11th grade, I think, and I was about 160. She's like, okay, if you can lose 10 pounds, that'd be great. It's like, oh, Shannon, why? I'm fine. I'm not eating more than I should, I promise.
Yeah. No, I feel that, definitely.
Yeah.
Have you had any weight changes in the last 6 months?
Nope, I've been in that range for a while.
Okay. And then okie dokie. Yeah, that's probably the most awkward part of this thing.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, and then so now we're gonna do physical activity. So I had asked you before what kind of like physical activity that you do. Hopefully this is still recording.
It looks like it might be. We can check.
Okay. It should be. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so do you exercise, and if so, how often per week?
I haven't been able to exercise most of the last couple weeks because of the snow. Beforehand, I was going to the gym 3 times a week and working out for an hour, moderate to low intensity, and then Tuesday, Thursdays, we'd go for a walk over in the Arboretum and over at 80th Street, so over uneven terrain.
Okay. When you say we, like, who are you referring to?
Oh, a friend of mine.
Awesome.
Yep, my workout buddy.
That's good.
Who can't get out of her house.
Oh.
So we haven't been going to the gym or working out because she's snowed in.
Oh, no. Okay, and then you already described the exercise, so it's like moderate to
low intensity. Okay. It's not much.
And like, what type of like exercise do you do? Like, if you were at the gym, is it like cardio or like weightlifting or combination?
So cardio and flexibility.
Okay.
Usually, yeah, elliptical, rowing, stretching.
And then you said you like to bike, so like, is there any other walk? Is there any other recreational activities that you like to do?
I really enjoy walking when the snow is out or not here. I enjoyed biking. Haven't been swimming in a while, but if I could get to the public pool without freezing, I'd do that.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that. I'm from California, and this weather is insane. Especially today.
This is the most snow I've ever seen, and I live in Washington.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's coming down hard out there today.
It is.
I'm surprised. Like, at least it's Friday. That's the good thing.
Yes. it's very nice. And then we get a week or a day off next week, which will be good.
Okay, so now we're gonna go over supplemental information. Do you use any supplements, like sports drinks, energy bars, vitamins, minerals, or other supplements?
So, I'm not taking them anymore, but I was taking iron supplements because I wasn't getting red meat.
Okay. And how long ago was that? Was it like a long time?
Not a long time. 2 weeks ago I stopped taking them. So fairly recently. I did iron, potassium, D3, B12.
Okay. And then do you take any protein bar, eat any protein bars or energy bars or?
Nope. Sometimes I'll have one of those mineral water things, the Vita Waters.
Oh, yeah.
That's once in a blue moon. I did have one recently though, so.
Okay. Any other supplements that you can think of that you might have taken? I don't know.
The airborne vitamin C stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna do the 24-hour recall. So it is like 10:30 right now. So we can do breakfast from yesterday until today.
Okay.
And so basically, I'll ask you for the time, and obviously if it was for breakfast, and then the amount of food, and then just describe it a little bit. So for example, this was my breakfast. I had breakfast at 7:35. This is not actually my breakfast. 7:35 a.m. and I had 1 cup of coffee, and then I put 1 teaspoon of white sugar in it and a slice of whole wheat toast, and then I had 2 tablespoons of Jif crunchy peanut butter and 1 tablet of Bayer aspirin. So, just for example. So if you want to start with your breakfast from yesterday, around what time did you have breakfast?
So 10 o'clock was breakfast. I had My diet's going to sound really weird, and I apologize.
That's fine.
I had about a cup of risotto. I want to say, about 3 ounces of chicken.
Sounds good.
I had one other thing with that. What did I have with that? I think I had a glass of water is what that was.
Okay. Did you put any, did you cook with any oil or anything?
They were leftovers.
Oh.
The chicken had oil, and the risotto had chicken broth.
Okay. So we'll put. And do you know how much chicken broth?
I don't.
Okay. We'll just put chicken broth. Probably not very much. Did you make like a big pot of it?
Yeah,
or?
it was a very large pot.
Okay. So chicken broth, and what was the other one?
A little bit of vegetable oil.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably. Do you think it was maybe a tablespoon, or
Yeah, that sounds about
at
right.
the most?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then, did you have any snacks in between breakfast and lunch?
No.
Okay. And then lunch, if you remember.
I had just a little bit of food. What was it? I think I had some more rice of the same variety because I was too lazy to grab anything else.
Okay. So the risotto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Risotto.
Another cup or half a cup?
About another cup.
Okay. Do you know what time around this? What time this was?
I ran and grabbed food about 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right. So did you just have rice or anything else with it?
I think I did have some mango habanero chicken.
Ooh,
That was
good.
really good.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were like little nuggets, and there were about 5 of them.
Okay. Let's see if I have a reference for this.
All combined, it was probably about that size of the steak.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is 3 ounces.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably 3 ounces.
All right, and then did you have any snacks in between lunch and dinner?
No. So dinner was at 5:30. Valentine's Day dinner.
Oh,
So it's going to be quite a bit.
that sounds good.
It was, my boyfriend was really sweet. He made me dinner. It was really, really sweet of him. So it was a lettuce cut, about yay big, all the way
Okay.
through. Don't know what size that would be.
So just what kind of lettuce was it? Romaine or
Iceberg.
iceberg lettuce?
Yeah,
okay.
It was an iceberg lettuce. It was a cut about yay big, straight through, about an inch. Well, however big this is, wide. And then that was with mushrooms, about 2 mushrooms, half a tomato, quarter of a cucumber, a little bit of light raspberry vinaigrette, this one I do remember.
For the raspberry vinaigrette, do you know about how much was probably on it? I have a tablespoon.
Yeah, it'd probably be about a tablespoon and a half.
Okay, tablespoon and a half.
Yeah.
And then for the tomato, how many slices are was it a half of a tomato?
It was about a half tomato.
Okay.
Yep. A quarter cucumber.
Okay. I'll figure out the lettuce part. One thing of so it was just a cut of lettuce. So
Yeah,
it wasn't just
one
slice, one piece of lettuce.
It wasn't like a leaf of lettuce.
It was just
he had taken and cut it in half and then cut from the half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was maybe do you think it could have been a cup? If you were to cut it up, do you think it would have fit into this? If it was chopped.
Cup and a half.
Okay.
And then we had 5 cubes of pineapple.
Okay. Alright, 5 cubes. I'm trying to think of how many 5 cubes would, if 5 cubes would fit.
The half cup.
Okay.
And then a half cup mango as well.
This sounds really good.
Oh, it was so good. I have pictures. I'll show you. And then he also did chicken cordon bleu. So that one was fried in oil, vegetable oil. I want to say 3 ounces chicken, maybe 1.5 ounces of ham in that.
Okay.
And then we used masa, the corn flour, for the breading. And that was a very light breading.
Okay. Did you, so for the chicken it was like 3 ounces, so if it was like a light breading, do you think it would have been like less than this, or about a fourth of a cup?
About a fourth of a cup.
Okay, per like 3 ounces.
Yeah, per the 3 ounces.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't actually know what chicken cordon bleu is.
Yeah, so chicken cordon bleu. Oh, there was almond cheese in that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Almond cheese.
Yeah, so it's a chicken breast, and you cut it open so it's laying flat, and you put ham in it, and then like a Swiss or blue cheese, and you roll it all up, you batter it, and you bake it or you fry it. But because we're dairy free, it was almond cheese instead.
Oh, okay. And then you fried it?
Yep, and then we fried it.
Okay. For the almond cheese, do you know about how much cheese was in it?
I want to say less than a quarter cup.
Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't that much almond cheese.
Okay. And then for oil, like how much oil did you put into the pan to fry it? Like that all the way across?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then how many pieces of chicken did he cook like in the pan?
There were 4 of those.
Yep. Okay, so I'll probably say like maybe 2 tablespoons.
That sounds about right, yeah.
And what kind of oil was it? Just vegetable oil?
It was just vegetable oil. Yeah, and we did get rid of excess oil in that.
Okay, yeah. That's why I was like 2 tablespoons, because even though you put like a whole bunch of oil in it, it only takes up so much of it. So.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we did have a dessert that was a gluten-free snickerdoodle.
Okay.
And that was really good.
Where did he get those from? Were they already prepared?
He made them.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yep, he's a good cook.
Okay, so I don't know if I should ask everything what's in it. Probably, I think that just knowing that it was a snickerdoodle might be helpful, but...
There was no egg and no dairy.
No egg and no dairy. So it was like flour.
It was a gluten-free flour blend and a little bit of vegetable oil and water, and then cinnamon sugar.
Okay.
And that cinnamon sugar had food coloring in it, red food coloring.
And what kind of sugar?
Refined white.
Okay. Okay. At least I have the ingredients, so
yes,
that's helpful.
It is.
All right, and then about what time did you have dessert?
About 6:20. We took our time eating.
Okay, that's pretty quick. That's awesome that he made you.
It was very sweet of him.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do the food frequency questionnaire.
All right.
Yeah, so basically this is just, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then I want to know your serving size, how many servings, and that's pretty much it. So The first one is, for fruit, how many servings a day do you eat? And this is like normally, like if, like what you would normally do, like if you know, had a good day or a good week, or you weren't super busy. So
I want to say a quarter cup, maybe.
Okay.
I don't get that much fruit. I buy my own fruit when I get fruit, because I can't have bananas, and I'm not a huge fan of oranges or apples. I'm so picky.
And then how many servings per week if you were to eat a fourth of a cup? Would it be like once a week, or like twice a week?
3 times a week on a good week.
Okay. All right. And then fruit juice, how many servings a day do you drink any juice?
Maybe 1 serving twice a week.
Okay. And then for a serving, is it like 8 ounces, 6 ounces?
8 ounces usually.
Okay. And then how many servings a day do you eat of fresh or cooked vegetables?
Generally that is half cup vegetables 4 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 4 times a week.
Okay. And then how many servings a day, or well, I guess I don't know why this question has a day, but how many servings a day do you eat of tossed salad, and then how many times per week?
Less than 1 time a day.
Okay.
And once
a
a week. Yeah. Generally, it's finding carrots and eating the carrots.
Yeah. So for the salad, like, what would be the serving size of salad?
Cup and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like green things, but green things are expensive.
Yeah.
They're very expensive.
Okay. In an average week, how many servings of dried beans, peas like pinto or navy beans, including canned beans, do you eat?
None.
Okay. And in the average week, how many servings of regular peanut butter, peanuts, or other nuts like
almonds?
almonds?
That's one I forgot. Can't do peanuts.
Okay, no peanuts.
No peanuts. I forgot about that. That one's a relatively new one. I apologize.
That's okay. So you don't eat any other like almonds or walnuts or any of the other ones?
Maybe once a week.
Okay.
If I'm ever eating them. And generally it's almonds.
Okay. And do you know like how much of the serving, like for a serving size, like a fourth of a cup?
I'm gonna say.
I have these two.
Yeah, about a half cup. I'm looking at the hand size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot I have that.
Oh, you're good. I usually hold the almonds in my hand and I munch on them as I go.
Yeah. Okay, so half of a cup.
Yeah, I'd say about a half cup.
Okay. And then in the average week, how many servings of French fries, fried potatoes, or hash browns do you eat?
Maybe once a week.
Okay.
That's like breakfast on a Sunday.
And then about like how much fries or potatoes would it be?
Half cup, maybe.
Half of a cup.
Yeah.
All right. In an average week, how many servings of high fiber cereals like bran flakes or shredded wheat do you eat?
None.
And then in an average week, how many servings of bacon or sausage do you eat?
None. Don't eat much is the issue.
And then in an average week, how many servings of hot dogs or lunch meats like bologna or salami do you eat?
None.
And then in an average week, how many servings of hamburger, including hamburger meat, and dishes like meatloaf or spaghetti do you eat?
I want to say I have it about 3 times a week. We'll do something with a hamburger, and I want to say about 4 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in an average week, how many servings of beef or pork, like roast, stew meat, ribs, steak, barbecue, or ham do you eat?
About 3 times a week, 4 ounces.
And then is the fat trimmed off?
Generally, yes.
Okay. And then is your serving of meat larger or smaller than a deck of cards?
In thickness or size?
Just size, like pretty much what
yeah,
it has on that
by
chart.
the time it cooks off, yeah.
Okay.
They do shrink.
So it's about the same size as a deck of cards?
Yeah. Might be a little bit bigger, but it's generally the same size.
Okay. And then in an average week, how many servings of snack chips or snack crackers do you eat?
None.
And then in an average week, how many servings of milk do you drink? Oh yeah, you can't have milk.
I will drink fortified soy milk once in a while,
Okay.
as well as almond milk.
Okay, and then for the soy and almond, like how many servings per week? And
If I'm baking into things, about 1 serving every week, and then I usually just drink half a serving.
okay, so like 4 ounces.
4 ounces.
Okay.
Not a huge fan of it alone.
Yeah.
Soy milk is weird.
Yeah. In an average week, how many servings of ice cream do you eat? Is it light or low fat, sherbet, or frozen yogurt?
When I do get ice cream, it is coconut milk ice cream, so relatively low fat. relatively low in sugar, and but it has gluten-free cookie dough in it, so.
That sounds really good.
That's amazing. I haven't had cookie dough ice cream in so long, and I found it and I started crying. Not gonna lie.
Ice cream is good, especially when you can find one that you can actually eat.
Oh, yes.
And then for the serving size, do you know about how much, if you eat the ice cream, how much it is? It's fine. I totally love ice cream.
It's a pint.
A pint?
It's a pint.
Okay. And is it like once a week or like how many times per week if you were to eat it?
It'd be once a week, maybe. Yeah. It's not that often. I'm poor.
Yeah.
Dairy-free ice cream is expensive.
It really is. Okay. And then in an average week, how many servings of deep fried foods do you eat?
Once a week, maybe. Yeah.
And then for a serving size, like a cup or half a cup, kind of depends on what it is.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. I mean, the first fried food that I've had this week was the chicken cordon bleu.
Oh, okay. So like it could be like 4 ounces.
Yeah, it could be
it
4
could be,
ounces
like,
or less. And
I don't know if we had about like French fries. So maybe like 4 ounces or a half of a cup.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Generally, we don't fry it.
Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, the hardest parts are over.
Oh,
Now we
good.
get to actually talk about other stuff. Okay, so this is just about like nutritional knowledge and interest.
All right.
So do you have any special interest in nutrition?
So I am planning on getting married eventually. So I want to be able to feed my kids and my husband, considering the fact that both of us cannot eat most things in life. So just being able to feed my family without having any lacks of different food groups, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I totally understand that. It's hard.
It is, yeah. Generally, when I make food, it's a protein, try to get a green vegetable in, and then probably a potato dish of some sort to get some fibers and starches.
Yeah. And then, do you have any concerns about like diet?
Just trying to figure out how to maintain a diet when there's so many allergies on both sides. Because you saw my list is pretty long.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's list includes broccoli and other weird things.
Wow.
Cranberries is one of those. So just managing to feed people with those dietary requirements and still get adequate nutrients out of it.
Definitely.
So
that's hard.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I totally understand that. I don't have any allergies, but like not wanting to like have milk. Well, like milk, I feel like I'm lactose intolerant, but I haven't actually had it confirmed yet. And so it's kind of like one of those things that I'm like, I know I shouldn't have it, but sometimes I'll have it, and then I'm like, oh,
you think you're dying, and it's awful. Oh,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, so I can
get it.
definitely understand. It's difficult when you have to cook certain things around being able. You can't just eat regular stuff what normal other people would eat. Not normal, but other people.
Yeah.
And so the next question is, do you prepare your meals? So for the most part.
Yeah, so majority of the time I do prepare my own meals. I do live at Steelhouse, and we have a chef come in, and generally they'll have some sort of gluten-free something or other, dairy-free something or other, and I might take the leftovers, but usually I'll make my own meal.
So they have like a kitchen in there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really nice. It's a full kitchen. It's so good. Little dark, but I'm only down there to make food.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a frat house. Really?
Really?
I had no idea.
Yeah, Steelhouse is a women's cooperative.
Oh, no. For some reason, I don't know why I just assumed that it was like... Oh, wait, Steelhouse is not that's Farmhouse. Steelhouse is over there, huh? Oh, okay.
You're good.
I totally got the two mixed up. Okay, so yeah, the one over at Farmhouse is...
Farmhouse is a fraternity.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh,
yeah.
I like the cooperative ones. Those are really nice to live there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then where do you typically eat your meals? Is it like at Steelhouse, or do you like eat on campus or off campus?
It's kind of a combination of everything. I have meals at the LLCs quite often. I do eat at Steelhouse in the dining room, and then on campus.
Okay. Does your boyfriend live like off campus?
He lives at the LLCs.
Oh, he does. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then, my next question is, where do you live on or off campus? So you live at the Steelhouse.
Yep. On campus.
Okay, and then is there anything else that you would like to know more about?
I am interested in the body fat calculation.
Okay.
Because I've never had that done before.
Yeah.
And it's just, what necessarily is that measuring, and what does that mean for me?
The body fat percentage. So basically what the body fat percentage is, it takes consideration of so basically how much you weigh, like your total weight, and then it looks at your lean body mass, and then whatever is left is pretty much body fat. And so for women, typically you want to have 20% body fat in order to keep your periods and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, your range of where you're at, according to that, is well within where you should be. At least from what I would say.
Okay.
So basically, that's what it looks at. Is it just looks at your total weight and then lean body mass, and then any of the extra that other weight that isn't lean body mass, which includes muscle and your bones and all of that. Then it's just fat versus fat, and then they just take a certain
figure it out.
Yeah.
So does that calculate into the BMI? Has the machine did it, or?
Yeah, I think that it does. So the BMI calculation is, let me find another piece of paper, I'll show you.
We did a BMI thing for Lingley's class for the infancy and toddlerhood, and it's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's your weight, your weight divided by your height, correct?
Yeah, so how I do it is weight in, so you could do it a few different ways. I believe that I do it weight, and then I divide that by your height, and then I divide it again by your height.
Yeah.
And then times it by 703, which is the easiest way to do it.
That's pounds and inches.
Yeah, pounds and inches, and then that way you don't have to do any conversions. This is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
BMI, I feel like I have some bias against BMI.
Yeah, it doesn't
because sometimes
a lot of things.
Yeah, my BMI is relatively high, just because I actually got my DEXA scan done, and that looks at your body fat percentage, your lean body mass, your bone density, and my bone density was above the 50th percentile, so I'm here's 50 percentile, and I'm up there, and then the guy was like, wow, you have a lot of, your bones are dense, and I'm I kind of knew that already, even though I didn't even have it done before that. So I think that BMI kind of is there's good and bad to it, so it's kind of just a general gauge of where you fall. But I mean, I could say a lot of things that are bad about it, but I probably shouldn't.
It's alright.
Maybe we'll have our next meeting, and we can talk more about stuff like that, and then just kind of go over any questions that you have about other stuff.
I think that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. So do you know so I'm gonna do with all of the stuff that I gathered from here. I'm gonna input just kind of what you ate. This day might not be relative to what you normally eat, but I'm going to input it into a nutrition calculation.
Okay.
It's an online system that we use, and basically it just looks at, and it'll tell me all the nutrients and vitamins if you're not getting enough vitamin B12 or all of that kind of stuff, and then calories, and then I can print that all out, and I'll give you the information afterwards.
Oh, cool.
And so we can go from there. So is there any time that works for you to just do a really short meeting? And it can be long too if you want it to be long.
Okay.
We seem like we talk a lot.
It's fine. We're getting to know each other.
Yeah.
It's not like we wrote down my weight or anything. So generally I'm free Mondays and Fridays.
Okay.
And weekends are generally good looking. Next Friday I won't be able to meet. I am working.
Okay.
It is Jazz Fest.
Oh, Jazz Fest. Oh. Yeah.
It's going to be a nightmare. What times work for you? You can go that way.
Well, this is my schedule.
Oh, look at that. So,
yeah, it's busy, but I think probably I'm the same way. Fridays and Mondays work the best for me.
Okay.
Maybe even a Monday. Today's the 15th. I know Monday is a holiday, so I don't know if you would want to meet up on Monday because that's a holiday.
As far as I'm aware, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
so
and we can always meet off campus too, since the campus will be closed. We can meet somewhere else. So I guess should we plan on meeting on Monday then?
We can meet on Monday if that will work.
And then
best
we'll
for
just
you.
meet like maybe since you stay on campus, do you have a way to get around, or I can
I
come
walk.
to you? I don't want you to walk in the
There's a
snow.
bus.
It's too bad. And
It'll
I
be
can
fun.
meet. I can meet with you maybe like if the co-op on campus is open at that little right across the street. If they're going to be open.
It is open.
Okay. Yeah, and then you can just let me know what works best for you because I have a car, so I can drive to wherever,
Okay.
and then that way you don't have to walk, and we can
I don't
meet
really
like
walking.
we can meet anywhere. So we'll plan for Monday,
Okay.
the 18th. Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds great.
All right, so thank you so much for being
No
able to
problem.
come even in the storm.
What storm?
It's over
It's
now. And so I have a thank you card for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and spending time doing this.
Not
and,
a problem.
you know, everything. So
I hope you do well in your report.
yes,
I
it's.
threw some curveballs at you.
Oh no, it's okay. I took notes, so it'll be helpful. So I think it's mainly just for the experience of being able to like do it and you know not be nervous and afraid and you know all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So because we'll eventually have to do it. So
with other people with more allergies.
yeah, and be able to figure it out and you know be able to like you know make a meal plan for them that will actually fit with what their
diet
you know,
is.
diet and allergies and all of that stuff and what they need, you know. So yeah, it's helpful. Definitely is helpful. So thank you again for coming. Okay.
Fine, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Is there any more information you need from me?
I don't think so. Let me stop this thing.